Risa Nelson, Director for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility for Yale Library and Collections. And how people respond to it is, what is all of that? What do you do? Well, first of all, I love where I work. I mean, you look around and it's just, it's inspiring. The people, though, are the most inspiring. When I was 13, I wanted to become a Dean of Multicultural Affairs. Or I knew that it was a possibility because of my mom. So my mother had she had actually graduated from Yale School of Nursing, and she was in administration working on these kinds of issues. She was in then it was called Office of Minority Affairs. She would remind me that, the same things that she was dealing with back then in the 60s, 70s, 80s, is what we're continuing to deal with now. In my first year, I was one of, I think, 6 Black students in my class. We had a student lounge that was racially segregated. And there were no signs up there, but this is kind of the understanding that this was our side and that's their side. And this is still with us. Like, this is happening today, it will continue to happen tomorrow, and we all have a part in getting this thing right, in doing better. I draw my strength from history. Every day I would see Edward Boucher's portrait. He was the son of former slaves. He was the first Black student to graduate from Hopkins. He was the first Black valedictorian. And I said, surely if he could make it through that experience, I can do this. And that was one of the experiences that I had growing up, that this was kind of an intimidating place. It wasn't for us, right? And so being able to now kind of be on the inside, opening doors, and not just propping them open, but inviting people in, going out and say, I need you to be a part of this as well. Going back to what I said earlier, I'm able to draw inspiration from history. And I think there's such history with the links with these women who, for generations now have inspired so many, not just nationally, but around the world. I didn't know how much they knew about me. And it's funny because I know these folks individually. I know, their different connections in whether it's sorority or, links or what have you, in different ways. But this was a total shock. So I feel really honored, very special.